Hello again, Year 1, and welcome to today's maths learning. It is the 22nd of January 2021. So, your retrieval today, again, a recap of learning that you have already done at school with us. So, can you name any 2D and 3D shapes from your learning, not last week, but from a couple of weeks ago? So, what are the shapes? So, can you name them, but also what are their properties? So, what makes a square a square? What makes a cylinder a cylinder? So, think about the sides, the corners, the edges, the vertices, the faces, how many are there as well. So if you can explore that. So take your time, pause, and then use the image I've attached to support you. Oh, there we go. So as always, looking at the calendar, so to look at today's date. So what is it today? What was it yesterday? And what will it be tomorrow? Okay. You might even want to discuss the weather. So what is the weather like, or the seasons as well? We will start to introduce that. I know we do that in school as well. So that might be worth you discussing with somebody, or you can draw or write this down. So what we are learning to do today. So our learning is we are learning to compare numbers to 40. So how can we be successful? So to be successful, again, we need to be able to recognise our numbers to 40 and be able to count to 40. That's really important. So we need to be able to count the number to be able to compare the number. So compare, it just means to use words, things like more, less, the same as, and then discuss how many more, how many less. So it's just almost looking at quantities or looking at groups and seeing which has more and which has less, and discussing that. So first of all, let's recap our numbers to 40. So you've got your numbers on the grid there. Okay, so your adult might want to shout out a number for you to write down. You might want to use your flashcards that you've created. Maybe you've made your own, and you can do that yourselves today. And you can use the counting stick as well, so starting at random numbers, counting forwards, and something that we really need to work on for some children that I've noticed is counting backwards. Okay, so I'm going to say a number to 40. Can you write it down on your whiteboard or your piece of paper? So here we go. Let's go through this super speedy. Oh, sorry. That's giving you the answer there. So let me just change that. Can you write the number 24? Sorry about that. This is what happens with recording sometimes. 24. That's how it should look. Double check yours. Can you write the number 27? This is how it should look. So hopefully we're getting a bit speedy with this, a bit quicker. See if you can beat me. Can you write down the number 21? 21 today. Oh, that was yesterday's date, the 21st, 21. There you go. 29. Getting quicker now. And 30. Can you write 30? How does that look? See if you can beat me. I'm trying to find mine. There we go. Okay, now we're going a bit bigger now. So, trying our numbers 31 to 40. Can you write down the number 33? 33 for me. There you are. That's how it looks. Can you write down the number 38? That's how it should look. Can you write down the number 35? That's how it should look. So get speeding up now. Can you write down 39? And can you write down 40? There we go. You might even want to challenge yourself and start going to 50. Well done. So can you compare the numbers to 40 on the next few slides? So which one has more? Like we discussed about how we can be successful. Which one has less? How much more and how much less? And then how do you know, or how many more and how many less? Okay, so here we've got an image. So you've got A and you've got B. So you need to have a look at how it's represented. So we use different objects, a bit like how we were doing yesterday. So yesterday you were representing those numbers in different ways. So now see if you can count those objects. You need to write the number next to them and then you can compare them. So you can pause here because I'm going to draw on this PowerPoint. So the first one for A, we've got counting in tens, 10, 20, 30, and then counting one more, 31. So you'd write the number 31 next to it. Okay. And then we would count the next one. So we've got a tens frame, so that means there's 10 there. So we count 10, 20, 30, and then we need to count on from 30, 31, 32. So So looking at those two numbers, excuse me, sorry, something's a bit tricky to write on here. Looking at those two numbers now, you need to decide which one has more and which one has less, and then you can label it, and how much more and how much less if you want to really challenge yourself, okay? So which number is bigger, 31 or 32? I'm hoping that you're saying that 31 is less and that 32 is more, and then you can write that down. Okay, let's look at the next one together. Okay, so again, we need to count. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 31. So we can write that there. Excuse my writing again. And then here we've got 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So again, which one has more, which one has less, and how many more? So the last one, there was only a difference of 1. Here, what is the difference? So we've got our number 13, which hopefully you said is smaller, and our number 31, which hopefully you said was bigger. Okay, and then have a think, how much more or how much less? So what is the difference between the two numbers? I'll leave you some time to think. You can pause here if you like. Okay. And then we've got another one here. So this time you've got 4. Okay, so you need to count them. So again, 10, 20, 30, 31. So you write that on. And then you've got 10, 11, 12, 13. So we write 13. Then here we've got 10, 20, 30. Oh, again, excuse my drawing on here. It's a bit tricky. 10, 20, 32. So you might even want to, with those numbers, put them in order from the smallest number to the biggest number, or the biggest number to the smallest number. Okay, so again, pause if you need time to do that. Hopefully you said number 13, so C, okay, was the smallest number, and then hopefully you said that B, 32, was the biggest number. And then if you want to challenge yourself and put them in order, you should have the number 13, 30, 31, and then 32. Okay, so you can complete as many of the questions as you like. So you can do the ones on the slide that we've done together. And then there's also a maths comparison sheet that I've attached to the website and to the Sway. So you can work through those if you like and do as many as you like. Remember I said what you can do is you can compare, okay, by writing the numbers, how many more, how many less, okay, and then putting them in order if you'd like to. So your fly high is those questions there. How many more, how many less, how do you know? How did you count them? How did you group them? And can you subitize to support you? So subitize means, can you see how many there are without counting them? It's recognizing how many is there. So there's some more questions to challenge your thinking. So there's a fly high here. Have a look at that one. I won't read that through, and then you can talk about that. So again, comparing, so more, less, the same as. And then there is a reasoning question at the end as well. So true or false. 1 more than 37 is the same as 1 less than 39. So for this, convince me. So you need to show your workings and explain your reasoning, explain your thinking, okay? And then again, share your learning with us on the Parent Support email, and I look forward to seeing all your lovely comparison work. And have a lovely weekend.